This video is more of a rant, and I'm gonna be talking about the downfall of LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is a cringy platform in itself, and I've used it and still use it to this day to generate business and to learn things, but I'm really gonna talk about what I think is essentially the lowering of quality that LinkedIn has experienced. My name's Gavin. I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I really just make these videos to document my own journey and hopefully share a few things for yourself. I don't actually have anything to sell you on this channel. This is more just my insights and my thoughts. What's happened with LinkedIn as of late is, and this is recording of 2025, everything that goes viral on LinkedIn is based on engagement baiting. So what does that mean? Engagement baiting is essentially writing a post that encourages somebody to comment in exchange for something. So if you go on LinkedIn right now, I'm willing to bet that the first post in your feed, probably the third and the fifth, will be posts that say, I've created this document that has 23 different swipe files, comment XYZ. By commenting, you are letting the owner of the document or the post know that they're gonna give you a link to something, which is great because they get access to a lead magnet, they get access to a resource. But what that also does is it signals to LinkedIn that this is a good post, that it should promote it into front of other people's feeds. And the reality is, this type of dialogue that happens on LinkedIn isn't actually contributing, at least in my experience, to much. Sure, we're giving out files, and I want to state, I've done this and do this myself, but there's not a whole lot of constructive thought leadership that is actually taking place on LinkedIn. The posts that do well are ones that are gaming an algorithm, and the posts that should be doing well, the posts that would be helping people and actually promoting stuff and actually, educating, are posts that are long form and educational that are valuable in itself, but don't play into the algorithm, and that commenting on it is not necessarily required. For example, let's say I do a swipe file for 75 email designs, which I've done. Comment, file, and I'll send it over to you. I had a post that reached about it might have been 2 to 6 million. I know it's a broad range. Let's just say 2 million people because of the engagement baiting that I did. That post in itself isn't inherently contributing to any sort of discussion. It's not groundbreaking. It's not moving the needle in terms of the industry or anything like that, but it got me a shitload of followers. Didn't actually demonstrate my expertise or anything like that. Now, another buddy of mine, John Ivanko on Twitter, posts things that are incredibly insightful, and if you just followed, you would have a better business, but that stuff isn't rewarded because people don't engage with that type of thought leadership or content. Now, is that a problem with the content or a problem with the algorithm? I think it's both, to be honest. I think it's partly the algorithm is designed to reward engagement and boost those posts. I actually think it's still a problem with the platform, because you could argue, okay, my friend John should have written the post a little bit better to encourage the engagement, but value's value, right? Regardless of whether or not somebody wants to engage with that content. And unfortunately, there's no way, at least at the moment, for LinkedIn to figure out that this is a really insightful piece and that this should be getting put in front of people and that should be driving the conversation compared to the giveaway. Why am I saying all this? The reason I'm saying this is because it feels like really all LinkedIn, Twitter, and stuff now is just giveaways, and they're not good sources of information. The old way, and the way that I think business and leads should have been generated, was good content that demonstrate expertise rather than lead magnets for a free resource. That's just my little rant. Nothing crazy insightful here, but I do think LinkedIn as a platform needs to sort its shit out, because right now it's just tedious to be on there. There's nothing, I'm not learning anything by being on the platform. What it actually is an indication that LinkedIn's always been a marketing thing. It always has, right? It's always been a marketing platform, but it's an indication that it is now more marketing than it is anything in terms of the content that goes out there, rather than value-driven posts and information with an underlying marketing tone, if that makes sense. And what that means is the quality of the content is just not there. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. I might be totally wrong here. Once again, this channel is really just my rants and my thoughts on things. If you like it, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. I have nothing to sell you on this channel. Keen to hear what you guys have to say.